Hello, everyone, and welcome. My name is Darby Coughlin, and I'm the events coordinator here at AP&P, and we are so excited to kick off our brand new AI series live on LinkedIn and YouTube. This series is all about exploring how AI and new technologies are shaping the way we work, collaborate, and innovate. And today, we are thrilled to have you here with us. I am especially pleased to introduce our guest for today's session, Dea Naif, CEO of The Success Partner and law firm Copilot and Fractional Chief AI Officer. Today, Dea will be sharing her experience with Orchestrate and Fyxer. Before we dive in, I want to remind everyone tuning in, this is a live and interactive session. So we encourage you to engage in the chat, drop your questions, and share your thoughts. We'll do our best to address them during the session. And of course, we want you to be in the conversation with us. With that, I'll hand it over to Dea to get us started. Take it away, Dea.
Thank you, Darby. I really appreciate that that introduction. Makes me feel very welcome. And thank you all for being here today. So just a little bit more fleshing out of me and my background, because some people want to know, hey, who is this that's talking to me? So as Darby mentioned, I am a Chief AI Officer. I am CEO of my own consulting company, which is the Success Partner. I am a credentialed coach as well. And I've been a business owner. So I've been in your seat for many years. Actually, since 2003, I've had an iteration of businesses. I'm also a licensed attorney. I practice in the states of Louisiana and Michigan. And most importantly, I am a cat mom and I'm an artist on the side as well when we get some spare time to ourselves. So as Darby mentioned, that we will be exploring two programs today, Orchestrate and Fyxer, which is an email program. So I will, without further ado, jump in. If you have questions, please put them in the chat. I will try to answer them in real time. And if not, we'll get to them at the end as well. So just as an introduction, this is a program called Orchestrate. So Orchestrate is, let's see, they don't have a homepage because I'm already in the platform. But Orchestrate was developed by an expert in neuro-linguistic programming. So his name is Jake Stahl. And a lot of people who have had coach training or sales training are very familiar with neuro-linguistic programming. So this was built with that in mind, how to really connect to your business development prospects as well as clients that you are already working with. So in starting up, we have foundations in Orchestrate, so we can really get to know me as a person. Let me go back, scroll up here to the beginning. Me as a person, me as a business person, what my business does and what I offer. Really deeply get to know me so that it can connect me in my own voice to my potential clients, my clients, or business development outreach. So it starts with really just an interview of me and starts with a voice profile, an offer, an ideal customer profile, and a value proposition.
Hi, David. Sorry to interrupt. You're not sharing your screen, just to let you know.
Okay, let me fix that. Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't know how often that happens when I'm leading a meeting. Here we go. Here we go. Thank you. Are you seeing it now?
Yes, all good.
Okay, good. Thank you. I really appreciate it. So we are sharing this Orchestrate platform, and it is spelled orchestrate, like you are going straight, as opposed to orchestrate, like orchestrating an orchestra, intentionally, because we are going straight to directly to the neurolinguistic programming communication style of ourselves and someone. So it begins here with me putting in my LinkedIn profile, and it uploads it directly from that. And that's how it kind of starts me off. Let me go back here. So, and then it goes to my offer, which I developed with another GPT program, which I think I would use ChatGPT. You could also use Claude or another person to help you develop what your offer is. Signature offering, and it puts in like who it's developed. So my main business, you'd put it in for yours, but my main target market is working with small and mid-sized law firms. So these are some of the key benefits and outcomes, just something you really want to identify. And if you don't have this identified yet, work with a coach or work with another AI product to streamline what it is that you actually want to create for your potential clients. So I put in as much information as possible. I put in what the key pain points that I'm solving for my particular clients in here, just so that it really has an in-depth learning about it. I don't think it has, I'm sure there is a character limit. I'm not sure what it is off the top of my head, but you can tell that this is AI generated. AI loves to have these emojis and check marks and loves the little rocket ship booster on things. If anybody's used it to develop content, you'll know that I'm familiar with. Now, since this is an internal document, I didn't worry about going and changing and correcting any of that like I might if it was external and externally shared content. I might want to dress it up a little bit, make it a little bit less AI looking. So it will put in, I'm just putting this in so that it gets time to know about me. Also, we'll have my ideal customer profile. This will again be customized for you, the type of customer that you like to work with. Again, we're creating ideal here. Yes, most of us can work with anyone, any type of business, any type of person. And when we get to use a powerful tool like this, we want to be ideal. So I put in attributes. Here are my types. Oh, it works very well with disc profiles. So if you have a disc profile, if you were able to get it from another source like Crystal Knows or another AI program where you just put in, they're actually very good now to put in just, hi, ChatGPT, I'd like to know the disc profile of this person. And it actually comes out pretty good. I hate to say that because I'm sure the disc profile people would much rather you, and I would much rather you too, of course, pay for their licensed stuff. But there are a lot of workarounds now with as much information as is publicly available, which I'll show you in just a minute in a real live demo. But you're going to I'm looking at influence. I and S types usually are people who work with me. And the attributes are dynamic and value driven. I have key challenges here, personality traits, goals and aspirations, achieving rapid implementation. I also want them to be a rapid sale. So that's something that I put in here. Entrepreneurs, nimble companies. I would like for people to change in both my coaching and consulting work as well as AI work. You want people to be able to change. Change is difficult. Humans do not like change. Companies especially do not like change. But there are some people out there and companies out there who are ready for change. Those people will make better customers for me. You might like to have a longer lead cycle or a more conservative audience, and that's going to be up to you. So here's my value proposition, very short. This is something that I just use throughout a theme in my description, in my messaging. And then, of course, I have my elevator pitch. So those of you who have done any networking at all, BNI, chambers, Provisors, USA 500, in any organization, they've asked you to come with an elevator pitch so that you can get to know, so other people can get to know you and hang on how they can refer you. All right, so I'm going to move over into a workspace. And I'm going to create a new workspace for Rupesh, who is one of the leaders of this organization and who got me involved to come speak to you today. He and I are also in Chief AI Officer together. And so I'm going to just put Rupesh, and I'm going to treat Rupesh in this instance as a potential client. All right, so this is what I do when I have legitimately a potential client. So I hop into the workspace environment and I just put in here, Rupesh is a potential client. It also has a voice. You can also voice through your browser, but sometimes it doesn't work when you're doing a live because it gets feedback from the microphone. So Rupesh is a potential client. And with AI, you don't have to spell correctly. So I'm going to share this tab. I'm just hopping over to his LinkedIn profile. Okay, and then I'm going to hop back over here to my workspace. Here is his LinkedIn. What do you suggest for our initial call? All right, and so as it's thinking, it's taking what it knows about me and what it is learning about Rupesh from his LinkedIn profile. If you have somebody who's very active on the internet in general, like they have websites and profiles, you can usually just go ahead and get it to search the web and say, find out. Or you just do a quick Google search and pick out what you think is the best profile for them. And you have to do that sometimes because there are people who do not have LinkedIn profiles and they are still target clients. For me, I do address that with them because I do love the LinkedIn ecosystem and like for my clients to get on it. So here is a rundown on Rupesh. So this is his title, what he does. He's spent 14 years in marketing and branding. And so here, given his background in the initial call, it suggests what I should zero in on. So establishing common ground, exploring his current priorities. And this may sound generic, but it is tailored for the profile that I put into it. Positioning your value and impact around innovation. So that's something that we share. So I really want to key in on that. Flipping the script. So looking at his personality, it's suggesting that I flip the script and ask him for his perspective on what's working best. So instead of me coming in as an expert, he would enjoy or he would respond better for me positioning him as the expert, which is kind of what I recommend in sales anyway. And coaching is having them as the expert to dig out what's really going on. Because I can make a beautiful pitch, but if it's not actually what they want. So would you be open to carving out some time? Sometimes when I put this in and people are more casual, it'll say like, would it be crazy if we met for 15 minutes? So Rupesh apparently likes more of a professional approach, which would be, would you be open to carving out? So yes, make a script. There's an opening hooked, which includes a pattern interrupt, building some positions, and it did put the crazy. So put it in the actual email. So it comes with a really nice first draft, direct, conversational, and layered with neuro strategy. So it comes with a very nice starting lineup. Again, it has those double lines that I don't love, that AI loves to put in there. So I take those out so that people don't know immediately that it is an AI generated text. But it actually goes into exploration and pause. Oh, this is my script. This is a verbal script, but you could, if you were to cut and paste some of this into an email, definitely take out those double dashes. And so it puts a lot of it in his table. Like this could be a next natural step. What would it look like? So it very much puts him in the drive, and it tells you why. It involves pattern interrupts. It involves some flattery, some presupposition, because his profile shows value in authentic relationships and long-term. So it's really resonating and driving. So while I'm here, I'll show you a little bit about the LinkedIn, what it did for my LinkedIn. I put in my LinkedIn profile here, my about section, and it rewrote it. It did a few things to tweak it to make it more actionable. It also made some suggestions about taking off. I think I had like 30 something experiences, contracts, jobs, and it's like, you might want to streamline that a little bit. So we're testing it. I'm doing some A/B testing. I took off about 5 things, and we'll see. I'll see what real people decide to do. It also talks about storytelling, consistency, and pattern interrupts also. So it actually gives me upcoming advice, and I run it through this program every so often, or maybe quarterly or so, to see if it wants me to make any updates. So Darby, do we have any questions so far?
No, Dea, it seems like you're covering the topic perfectly, as no questions have come in yet.
Okay, great. Well, if at any time you want to you want to jump in with some questions, we can always switch back.
All
We can
right.
always switch back to this program. So as you can see, it holds up a bunch of workspaces. So these are all like clients or potential clients. I also use it with my clients. So for instance, I have, let's see, I was going to show this interview. That's a different interview, but I have, I was prepping a client for their job interview, actually. And so I put in culture. So we were looking at a law firm. Let me see which one it was. She's like, I'm interviewing at this law firm and I want to know more about the culture. So I was able to put in a couple of PDFs that were from their, shows 2 law firms that were from. So I already got the program familiar with the client, and then it said how to advise the client. So doing some deep research, seeing if they were aligning with the firm, showing some storytelling, doing some neurostrategy, building confidence for interviews. And then I was able to just say, hey, how about drafting this as an email? So very simple. I was able to just cut and paste that into a follow-up with her. Then we got on together and started working through some of these. Like a common question that you get in a job interview is, what's your weakness? So you want to position that, we actually position that for the firm that she was interviewing with directly. And I also, I put in the firm's website and had Orchestrate identify its culture. So culture is a big thing. It is a question that people get asked. It is something you should be looking for if you are interviewing or wanting to work, say, as a fractional or a consultant for a firm, because you're going to spend a lot of time with those people. So it actually compared and contrasted. There was another firm that was offering, she was making to the second or third interview with. It put in a comparison. So there were 2 different firms, Tidings and Gordon Reese. And so she was comparing a mid-sized firm with a larger law firm, and we're just comparing and contrasting those and seeing what happened. So it is a very powerful tool. It is a subscription-based program. I think I'm an earlier member of the program, so my subscription is a little bit less, but I believe the current subscription rate is $120 a month. But you can see it's a very powerful tool, and you can get stuff happening all in one place. All right, so I'm going to stop sharing for just a second, pop back over here, grab a swig of water. All right, and then we will slide over to the Fyxer platform, and we can go back and forth if we have more questions. If you or Rupesh want to have any questions, that would be common thoughts for people. All right. All right, so Fyxer.ai, which should be sharing. Is it sharing?
Yes, all good.
Okay. All right. So this is just the dashboard for Fyxer.ai. So there are a lot of email, and email is the number one complaint that I have and my clients have. So I've tried a lot of the AI programs for email, and this is the one I'm currently using, and I will point out the likes and the dislikes with it. But it has a very nice streamlined dashboard. It has my meetings. So here's our meeting that we're in right now, Rupesh and the AP MP. So it has saved the spot, and then you guys sent me the actual calendar invite. So it's in there. So these are my meetings that Fyxer will be attending today. You can set your categorization of emails of what you like. So these are flagged, and I'll also show you my inbox in just a minute. So these are flagged, responding, FYI, comments, notification, meeting update, awaiting my reply, which is very important, and actioned. And then, of course, marketing. So it streamlines to say, hey, if this is a marketing email or tagged as a marketing email, I can maybe get back to those later. But if something is actioned or awaiting reply, then I know immediately to do that. And if you can set your own sensitivities, like how often do you like to reply when something's new or useful to say. It's very user friendly as far as selecting what you want, and then marketing, like which ones to filter as marketing. And so you can say what's obvious, and or cold emails, this kind of thing, to really customize this program. The feature I like most about Fyxer and why I originally subscribed to it is the drafting. So it actually does draft a response where a response was called for. So it doesn't draft response, say, to marketing emails, but for things that need replies, it does. And so you can actually pick your preferences, like I'm concise, polite, but direct. You can actually put your role in here. You can put you prefer shorter emails. If you ask for guidance, I respond with bullet points. Or I don't want to be too compliant. I can acknowledge but not necessarily agree. So this is something, or provide custom instructions up to 1,000 characters. It also puts which email signature I want to use, which I do need to update. I have one that I prefer, but this is the one that it ported in originally, and so I just kept it. And then here's your days before enabling a follow-up. Now, it doesn't automatically follow up. It does a draft, and it saves it for your approval. Actually, all the drafts are set for your approval, but I'll show you in just a minute how good they are. And so they really require very little tweaking. So here are your meetings. This morning I had an executive committee meeting for one of my networking groups, and so I can open it here. Take just a second because there is like a video component to it. There we go. Okay, so it does save the video, which some transcription programs. Now, I did not originally subscribe this for the transcription program, but I do use it now since it's included. The subscription, I believe, is about $40 a month, and it does include this transcription. So if you were using, say, Fireflies was another preferred one of mine, then it'd be comparable. I believe Fireflies is $20 a month. So having both the email and the recording gets it up to about the same cost. So it does put in, it has the recording, it has the action items here. It has the attendees. Here's everybody that came with their emails, and you can download a summary or you can do the full transcript. So sometimes when I'm using other AI programs, I will take the full transcript, especially if it's something like a podcast. I want the full transcript. I don't want the key summaries. So I will flip over here. It has, here we go. So it has my upcoming meetings. Again, this is stuff that we've seen today. It has some additional settings for the note taker. I have it going to only meetings that I'm hosting. I don't like it to just pop in everywhere. It does say have call recordings to attendees. I actually prefer that not to happen, so I'll check that off because I like to check it first. It has these segments. So again, it's extremely customizable. It has a scheduling function like a Calendly. I have my own through HubSpot, so I don't use this one. It has my files here where you can upload files files such as PDFs just to have them handy, and it is starting a chat function. So once it starts the chat function, the interface will be more like a chat GPT. So that's just changing the interface. Okay, I'm going to stop sharing for a second. Anybody pop in with questions? Oh,
nope, we are
my camera's
still
not
good.
Good. Okay. I did get a little note that my camera wasn't connected, but I'm not on my camera right now, so I'm just doing screen sharing. Not a big deal. Okay, so I am going to go to my inbox and share. Taking a quick second to open. Share screen, inbox, share. Let me close a few other things. Taking a second for the inbox to pop up.
That's the beauty of these AI tools, is they always tend to eat up a lot of bandwidth.
They do. Yeah, I actually went and uninstalled a few things this morning because I was having a little bit of trouble. And I wasn't sure if it was maybe Chrome, which I run Chrome sometimes. There's some breaking news that Claude and Chrome are working together. So I was wondering, I just started using Perplexity's browser Comet. So we knew AI browsers were coming soon. So it sounds like the next one coming up is going to be Chrome with Claude working together. So it's going to be interesting to see. But I do think it does slow down the interface of your computer. And I really do prefer things to be really just automatic.
Dea, I know you're heavily involved with some AI groups, and you're constantly learning more about AI as they come. Do you foresee AI plateauing anytime soon, or what are your predictions for what AI will look like in the next year or the next 5 years?
Yeah, that's a good question. A lot of people say, oh, AI bubble has burst or is bursting, and that's not correct. We are actually getting an onslaught, like sort of a tidal wave of new AI right now. People who've been talking about it for the last 2 years or so, maybe a little bit burnout, but there's so much new stuff that's hitting the market. ChatGPT 5 just launched like 2 weeks ago. These new interfaced browsers that are coming out. But again, we're going to have to update some technology. It looks like I may need to get some better. I think it may be a little bit of combination of my Wi-Fi and the Chrome working together that's causing a little bit of trouble. But yes, as far as AI in general, yeah, we're at the tip of. It's going to be a sort of a pendulum. So we're at the tip of the iceberg. There's going to be a huge tsunami, and then it's going to be people just shuffling out how they're going to use it. I do recommend starting small and getting professional guidance on it. Is my email showing up now?
No, we're still not seeing anything on our end.
If it just stopped the sharing. Okay, how about now?
There we go.
Good. All right, so I'm going to scroll down to a Fyxer.ai email. So it's showing me a preview of this meeting. Oh, and there it just refreshed again. Okay, try again. So it's definitely a Chrome/Gmail issue. Okay, that's not the one I wanted. Fyxer. Here it is. Okay, Fyxer. So Fyxer sends me cool emails before I get to a meeting. So it's prepare for your meeting. It summarizes, and this is any meeting that's on my Google Calendar that I have synced with Fyxer. So if someone wants to be a potential client and they book a consultation, it gives me their information. So this is the meeting for today. It shows me Rupesh Kumar has set out the invites. The session context will be a real practical example of tools. The technical details, we will be on StreamYard. And these are the things we're going to talk about. Orchestrate. It did misspell Orchestrate, but that's okay. It picked that up from somewhere. And Fyxer. And attendees might want to familiarize themselves with the event streaming and engagement tools. So that's what it's telling me to do. So it's given me some helpful hints. So I also wanted to show you the drafting capability. So this is a lady who came to my networking group this morning. She sent me a quick note saying, thank you for having me at the networking meeting. This is the message that Fyxer wrote back to her. Great to have you with us. Thanks for the note. And then I went back in person and added, since I will be giving her a call lately, I'll be giving you a call lately. So I put that in myself. So you can tell it saves a lot of time. So here's another one I'm working on for an article. So here's some feedback I got. Great article for the bulletin. It would be great if we focused on the CLE lineup. Great. So that tells Fyxer or tells me that she would like for me to rewrite the article. So Fyxer, with its own brain, thanked her for the graphics she sent over, and I'll make sure to highlight the CLE lineup and acknowledge the committee members. I will get an updated draft to you shortly. That was 100% Fyxer that wrote that. And so I replied with that so that she knows that I got the message, and I will be rewriting the article with her suggestions. So again, it just takes a lot of time. Let's see if there's another good one that it wrote for me recently without getting into client files. I'll just pop up a few. Good Lord. So, okay. So I will go into some of the drawbacks of Fyxer. There were other programs that I used that I got much less information into my inbox. So Superhuman is one that drafts, that only puts human written emails into your inbox. So I have a lot less stuff in my inbox. See, so now I'm like scrolling through looking for something. Let's see. So here's one. So here's someone who's rescheduling my podcast. So they're rescheduling the podcast. No problem. Thank you for letting me know. That was just a suggested response. Simple, very simple. But it can go into ones that are much more detailed. So I don't want to get too much into it. If somebody would like for me to demo something specific, that would be helpful. Here's one that we're going back and, here's one. Here's a good example. So we're going back on times, back and forth on times for a meeting. It has a summary here. Philip asked to schedule a Zoom meeting. I confirmed for Friday. Greg put in some specific windows. So here is a summary. There is one that actually connects with my calendar and will do suggested times. Did not pop up on this one. Let me hop back to, sorry, I'm jumping around a whole bunch. Let's see. Fyxer. Well, it has, so you see how these have flagged, like to respond, action, to respond, FYI. Let me see if this one popped up. The meetings. So again, we were circling around with times. I'm trying to find one where, oh, it does. It syncs with the calendar. I'm sorry, I can't find that to demonstrate right now, but it says sync up with my calendar and we'll do suggested times and we'll send out the calendar invites once you pick a time, and it will share the open time blocks for, say, the 3 people in the meeting. And once you click on the suggested, once one of the people clicks on the suggested time, then it will automatically make the invite. So I must have gone really quickly because I've got it.
All right. Well, Dea, thank you so much. Is there anything else you'd like to cover today?
I do want to share my affiliate links.
Absolutely.
Okay. As I lovingly joke, I need to buy more cat food and more studio stuff for my studio. So let's see.
And while Dea is bringing that up, I just wanted to thank everyone who joined us today on LinkedIn and YouTube. We loved having you all here with us today on this topic and this session with Dea. If you found today's discussion valuable, please be sure to follow us on APNP, to follow us on LinkedIn at APNP, and subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss any upcoming episodes in our AI series. We have some fantastic guests lined up, and we're excited to continue exploring how AI and technology is transforming the way we work.
Looks like it's still coming up. Wonderful.
Oh,
Do you want to share about any upcoming presenters or presentations?
yeah, absolutely. We do have some exciting sessions coming up. So if anyone's familiar, we have a great session coming up soon with Maria Duran. She's our reschedule. So she was meant to speak a couple of weeks ago that we're really excited to have her back. She's going to be talking all things Google. So really excited for that session, as some of the tools that we're exploring are new and exciting, but we all know Google and we're familiar with Google. So that's really exciting to see. And looks like we have your QR codes up now.
Thank you. Thank you. Right. Yes. And definitely I would love to come to that one on Google. I have been also using Google AI, using some of their video production. And when you subscribe with one of their premium plans, you get so many other features and tools upgraded. You even get premium YouTube. So if you love to watch YouTube, you might want to just go ahead and upgrade to Google AI, and that will include your free premium YouTube plan.
Wonderful.
So I'll give you a second to get the QR codes. You don't have to sign up now, just save them. And I appreciate using the referral link, and my cats appreciate that too. So more money for mom is more toys and treats for them.
Wonderful.
And if anybody would like to talk to me offline, bring something that you might consider either confidential, you don't want to put it in a chat, or have a specific question, feel free to reach out to me as well. Always happy to have a conversation.
Great, Dea. Thank you so much again for joining us today.
You are very welcome. I very much enjoyed it. Thank you again, Rupesh, for inviting me, and Darby, thank you for having me.
All right, wonderful. And again, thank you to all of our attendees. We hope to see you next time, and I hope you all have a great rest of your day.